Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers today is Doc George Medich. He's 8-6 with a 3.50 ERA. And on the mound for Detroit is Rick Reuschel with a 6-11 record and a 5.21 ERA. And so today starts the month of July. And as you see here, we have a 3-game series versus the Rangers starting today. And this is the first time we've seen the Rangers the whole season. So I'm very curious to see who they put out there, for their lineup. Just to do a quick recap of June, we finished on a 3-game road winning streak against the last place Indians. We desperately needed that. We got Milt Wilcox back. Alan Trammell is still on his hitting streak. He's extended it to 16 games. And so we have a lot really going on right now. And we head into July with that 3-game winning streak. And as you can see, the All-Star game is coming up. So when we get to the All-Star game, we will have a All-Star game reveal show where I'll show you who the All-Star players are. And then we'll also have a separate video where I'll go over the midway point league leaders. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to the game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content. If you're new to Brainiac Baseball, we also do baseball card breaks. And we put out a brand new one today where I have some items that I picked up off online, as well as the item for my next giveaway. So please check that out. So yes, we have Rick Reuschel on the mound today. All of our bullpen is available. And looking at our lineup, Lou Whitaker was showing as being tired, so I've taken him out of the lineup and put Brookins in at second base. And then just moved Alan Trammell to the leadoff spot. He is on that 16-game winning streak. And so hopefully he can extend that today. So let's go ahead and do the lineup rundown for the Rangers. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps baseball card that corresponds with the player. So batting leadoff for the Rangers is shortstop Chris Spire. Batting second and playing left field is Johnny Grubb. Batting third and playing first base is Steve Garvey. Batting cleanup and in right field, Richie Zisk. Batting fifth and DHing today, La Grande Orange, Rusty Staub. Batting sixth and playing third base, Buddy Bell. Batting seventh and catching, Jim Sundberg. Batting eighth and playing second base, Bump Wills. And batting ninth and in center field today is Mickey Rivers. And on the mound for Detroit is Rick Reuschel. We'll pull up his stats. This is his sixth start for Detroit. He's 2-2 with a 4.79 ERA, lower than what he was throwing over in Chicago. And he does have 2 complete games. Both games were victories. And as we've become accustomed to, every other start is a good start. So technically, this would be a bad start from Rick Reuschel, but I guess we'll see. So batting leadoff is the Rangers are in their powder blues. Okay, Chris Spire goes down looking, so that's 1 out. And that brings up Johnny Grubb. Johnny Grubb is a future Tiger. He was actually on the Detroit Tigers 84 World Series team. He was mostly used as an outfielder and a pinch hitter. And Steve Garvey goes down looking. So that's a 1-2-3 inning for Reuschel with 2 Ks. And now we head to the bottom of the first. We're going to go down the Tigers lineup. Batting leadoff and playing shortstop is Alan Trammell. And batting second and playing third base is Richie Hebner. Batting third and in left is Steve Kemp. And batting cleanup today and in center field is Barry Bonnell. Batting fifth and in right field, Gary Hancock. Batting sixth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting seventh and playing first base is Jason Thompson. Batting eighth and DHing is Carlton Fisk. And batting ninth and playing second base today is Tom Brookins. And on the mound for the Rangers, as I mentioned before, is George Medich, also known as Doc. His first season with the Yankees, he pitched one start, didn't get a single out, and that was the only start he made all year. And after that season ended, he decided he better go to medical school. So he got a degree in orthopedic surgery. And after his career was over, he was an orthopedic surgeon, and he actually had his license taken from him, and served a little bit of time in jail for writing fake prescriptions. And he also had a little bit of an addiction to painkillers himself. So just a little bit of back information on Doc Medich. So here we go. Alan Trammell leading off. Again, he's got that 16-game hitting streak. And there we go. There's 17. He knocks it out right away. Do we want to go for 2? Johnny Grubb does not have a great arm. I don't know this team that well yet, so we're going to say no instead of risking it. The Rangers' record is 46-35. They're actually in second place in the West. So they're a fairly comparable team to Detroit. So let's... I guess we'll play it by ear as far as being aggressive. As Richie Hebner pops out to short. And that's the first out of the inning. So 1 down for Steve Kemp. Kemp's going to ground it to second. And the second baseman, Bump Wills, makes an error. So Trammell is safe at second. First and second with 1 down. And here's the team leader in home runs with 13, Barry Bonnell. And he goes down and gets one and shoots it to right field for a base hit. Trammell scores. And Kemp holds at second base. And we're on the board, 1-0. So still only 1 out for Gary Hancock. Gary Hancock hits a slow roller to Wills. And they turn 2 to get out of the inning. So we put 1 on the board. We have the early lead, 1-0 here in the top of the second inning. And leading off the inning is Richie Zisk, who goes down swinging. So that's 3 Ks, 3 out of 4 so far for Reuschel. And that brings up Rusty Staub. And Staub pops it up on the infield just past the mound. And it looks like Whitaker has it, and that will be the second out. So 2 down for Buddy Bell. And Bell shoots it to right field on a line. And Gary Hancock has it for the third out. So back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. And Lance Parrish will be leading off the bottom of the second. He moved him down in the lineup to the 6th spot. He's been batting cleanup most of the year. But he's lost whatever power he's had. It's been a long time since he's hit a home run. But he does get a base hit there, and we'll take it. So runner at first. Still nobody out. JT comes up, and he hits a line drive to first, and Parrish gets back. So 1 down. And speaking of catchers that are struggling, here's Carlton Fisk, he hit a home run to get out of his slump, but he's still struggling as he hits a lazy fly ball to center. And that's 2 outs for our number 9 hitter, Tommy Brookins. Brookins walks. And we're back to the top of the lineup with runners at first and second. 2 outs. And Trammell flips it to right, and it's going to be caught by the right fielder, Richie Zisk. So we head to the top of the third. Still up 1-0. Jim Sundberg leads off the top of the third. And he gets the first base hit for the Rangers. And nobody out for Bump Wills. And Wills hits it on a line to center field. So there's 1 out. Bringing up Mickey Rivers. And Rivers grounds it to Thompson at first. That should be 2. Nope, they just get the lead runner. As Rivers has a 92 speed, so he beat out the relay throw. And now we're back to the top of the lineup with Chris Spire. Spire came over to the Rangers with an early season trade. As he gets a base hit just past Whitaker, Rivers advances to third base. So now it's first and third for Johnny Grubb, who's a lefty batting .353 versus righties. And he grounds it to Hebner at third, and they get the third out. So to the bottom of the third, Tigers are winning 1-0. Richie Hebner leads off the inning. And he shoots it down the left field line up against the wall, and he coasts into second with a double. So runner in scoring position, nobody out for Steve Kemp. And Kemp shoots it to left on a line, and it will be caught. We are not going to risk Hebner getting thrown out at third. Maybe I'm giving Johnny Grubb too much credit. So here's Barry Bonnell, and Bonnell is 4 for 5 against Medich this year. All of those at-bats were on the Blue Jays versus the Rangers. And here he grounds it weakly to third. Hebner has to hold. And that's the second out. So 2 down, it's going to be up to Gary Hancock to get that run in. And he hits it to the shortstop. And that will be the third out. So far so good for Rick Reuschel, looking sharp. We head to the 4th inning. Here's Steve Garvey. Garvey just came over in spring training with a trade. And all Texas sent back was Mike Richard, who I believe is a third baseman outfielder. So the Dodgers must have been doing a salary dump. And Garvey gets a base hit into center field. And runner at first for Richie Zisk. Richie Zisk has a special place in my heart. My very first glove that I ever owned in Little League was from Richie Zisk, who is known for being a terrible outfielder. So maybe my parents knew something when they bought it for me. So Zisk strikes out. And that's going to be the first out of the inning, bringing up Rusty Staub, who was a Detroit Tiger before he was traded to Texas. And Staub grounds into a double play. And that will send us to the bottom of the 4th with Lance Parrish leading off the inning. He got a base hit his first time up. And he hits a ground ball right along the first base line. And the first baseman, Steve Garvey, just touches the base for the first out. So 1 down for JT. And he hits a high fly ball deep to center field, 405 feet. But not nearly far enough in center field, where the distance is 440. And with 2 outs, Carlton Fisk grounds it to short. Fisk is down to 236. Which is just terrible for a Hall of Famer. So, Buddy Bell leads off the top of the 5th. And Buddy Bell walks. So, runner in first for Sundberg. Buddy Bell eventually would become the manager of the Detroit Tigers, kind of lead us through some of the really lean years. Jim Sundberg smacks it to left for a base hit. So first and second. That's the fourth hit for the Rangers. And now Bump Wills comes to the plate. Bump Wills. Okay, so I guess we're going to pull the outfield. You know, shows he's got power. I guess we're going to play it straight away. As Wills grounds it back to Reuschel. Reuschel goes to second for one, and that's the only out they get as Bell holds at third base. So first and third for Mickey Rivers. I'm going to pull the corners in, and so they can go home if they need to. And Rivers takes a strike looking as Wills steals second base. So now we have runners at second and third, an 0-1 count to Mickey Rivers, and we're going to pull the outfield in now. And let's see what happens here. As Rivers grounds it to first, Bell does score on the fielder's choice, and that is the second out of the inning. So the score is tied 1-1. 2 down for Chris Spire, top of the lineup again. Spire grounds it to third, and that's the final out of the inning. So the Rangers evened it up at 1. The hits are also tied at 4. And so Brookins, the number 9 hitter, will lead off the bottom of the 5th. He walked in his first at bat, and he strikes out here. So that's the first K for Medich. And that's going to bring up Trammell back to the top of the lineup. He grounds it to second baseman Bump Wills. And that's 2 down. And Hebner comes to the plate, and he lines it to center for the third out. So we're going to switch over the batter's stats to the in-game stats so we can get a closer look at how things are going thus far. And Reuschel is at 80 pitches. And if he's going to come unglued, this is usually the inning that it happens. As Grubb shoots it through the left side for a base hit. So it's 5 hits against Reuschel. We're going to guard the lines for Garvey. And Garvey's going to ground it to first. Will that be a double play? Nope. Grubb is safe at second. The only play was at first. So 1 down for Richie Zisk. He struck out both at bats so far. And he pops it up on the infield. And it says behind home plate, but that clearly was up the first baseline. So with Staub coming up and the lead run at second, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to intentionally walk Rusty Staub, who's a lefty, to get to the righty Buddy Bell. Bell is batting .367 versus righties, so this might be a mistake. And nope, it pays off as Bell strikes out swinging, and we head to the bottom of the 6th. Steve Kemp leading off the inning. He's 0 for 2 today, and he hits a fly ball into right center field. And it's caught for the first out. So here's Barry Bonnell, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Again, he's 4 for 6 against Doc Medich. Now he's 4 for 7 as he strikes out. So 2 down. We haven't put anything together since the first inning now. 2 down for Gary Hancock. He bloops it into left field, and it will be caught by the left fielder, Johnny Grubb. And now we're to the top of the 7th. So Reuschel's almost to 100 pitches as Sundberg comes up. He's 2 for 2. Sundberg not really known as a hitting catcher. He was a tremendous defensive catcher in the 80s. As he goes down swinging, that's 6 strikeouts for Reuschel. And here's Bump Wills. Bump Wills is the son of Maury Wills. And Bump Wills gets his first hit of the day to go with his stolen base from earlier. And runner at first now for Mickey Rivers. And Mickey Rivers shoots it to left. It's up off the wall. It's a triple as well. Will scores from first. And the Rangers take the lead 2-1. So we're going to go ahead and take Reuschel out as he's listed as tired. And we're going to bring in righty Dave Tobik, who has been really struggling. But we need to get a ground ball. He's a ground ball pitcher. We're going to pull the infield in for Spire. And Spire rips it right past Trammell. That'll be another RBI. And it's 3-1 Rangers. So Tobik couldn't get the job done. And now Johnny Grubb comes to the plate. And Tobik throws a wild pitch. So now we're going to have to intentionally walk Johnny Grubb to get to Garvey. And let's try to double play and get out of here. As Garvey grounds it to third, is this going to be 2? It is. So both of my intentional walks have paid off, but unfortunately, we find ourselves down 3-1 as the Rangers score 2. And Lance Parrish, for the third time this game, is leading off an inning. And Parrish bloops it to right. It's going to be caught by the right fielder, Richie Zisk. It's 1 down. So here's Thompson, who's 0 for 2 today. And Medich hung one there, but all Thompson could do is pop it up to second baseman Bump Wills. So 2 down. It's going to be up to Fisk to start a 2-out rally. And he does not, as he hasn't much this whole year. He lines out to right. And we head to the top of the 8th. So not a great job by Tobik. We're going to take him out. And we're going to bring in, Hume. It's kind of our long man. Or, to come in when we're already kind of out of it. But we're going to ask him to keep it close as Zisk pops it up to second. And Brookins has it. And that's the first out. Here's Rusty Staub, who was intentionally walked his last time up. He grounds it to first. And that's the second out. So 2 down for Buddy Bell. And Bell hits it on a line to right field. And that's the third out. So good job by Hume. A 1-2-3 inning. And we're going to need to get a rally going here as Brookins leads off the inning. 0 for 1 with a walk. He hits it on a line to Wills. And that's the first out. So 1 down. Here's Trammell. Trammell grounds it just past the glove of Wills into center field. And that's another 2-hit game for Trammell. So now we're going to hit and run with Hebner. Try to get Trammell in motion. And that works as Hebner gets a base hit to right. Trammell goes to third. And now it's first and third with 1 out. And we definitely have to hit and run with Kemp. Kemp is leading the team in grounding into double plays with 10. So he's prone to do that. So he's 0 for 3 today. Oh, and he just tops it off the bottom of the bat barrel. And the catcher, Sundberg, goes to first for the second out. Hebner advances to second. So it's second and third for Bunnell. And with one swing of the bat, we can take the lead here. But they're going to intentionally walk Bunnell, which is probably the right thing to do. But that's going to bring up Gary Hancock, who's batting .310 versus righties, although he's 0 for 3 today. So can Hancock come through? Oh, he bloops it into left center field. Oh, and it's going to be caught by the left fielder Grubb. And we go to the top of the 9th. So we're going to take out Hume. And I guess we're going to bring in Weaver. Weaver's been had a couple rough outings in his last 5 appearances. As Sundberg lines it to left, that's the first out of the inning. So one down for Bump Wills. And there's a hit for Wills as it lands in front of Kemp. Wills holds it first. And Parrish needs to keep an eye on him. Wills already has one stolen base today. So one down for Rivers. And there's a bloop into left center field. And Kemp has that one for the second out. So two down. And here's Chris Spire, 2 for 4 with an RBI. And he hits it on a line to Kemp. So all 3 putouts were by Kemp. And we head to the bottom of the 9th. Medich's going for a complete game. He's got 95 pitches. And here's Parrish leading off the inning once again. He's 1 for 3. I guess we need to think about maybe pinch hitting for Fisk when it gets to him as Parrish strikes out. So it's 1 down. Here's JT. Thompson grounds it to second. So we're going to take Fisk out and we're going to bring in Champ Summers as the pinch hitter. And there's 2 down. Let's see if Summers has got a rally in him. No, he grounds it to third. And that's the final out as the Rangers beat the Tigers 3-1. And, 2 good teams going at it. That was an impressive performance by the Rangers and Doc Medich. I didn't expect him to do so well. So let's go ahead and take a look at the transactions. There's no trade offers and nothing of note in the transactions. So we're going to go back and take a look at the box score, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see who's going to be the player of the game. I guess we have to give it to Trammell. Trammell extended his hit streak to 17 games. He went 2 for 4. Really the only Tiger that did anything today. And so Trammell will be our player of the game. Reuschel takes his 12th loss, but he's 2-3 for Detroit. Actually pitched fairly decently. And Medich gets the complete game victory, goes to 9-6. So that's it here from Tiger Stadium. We'll be back with the second game of the series tomorrow. And as always, have a good night.